Hi everyone, I am Sophie Ali reporting for BCUZ, and I am here with Monica Harris, who is the Executive Director of the Schaumburg Township District Library. Today we wanted to talk a little bit about something that you have going on this summer called the Big Read. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're so excited about this. So this is actually a program that we have been hoping to do for years, but it is the opportunity for everyone in the Schaumburg Township community to read and discuss and have programming around the same book. And so this is actually a program that is grant funded by the National Endowment for the Arts, and it's a matching grant of $15,000. And so we're really excited to kick it off beginning on September 15th with the book The Namesake by Jhumpa Lahiri.
That is very cool. And have you read the book yet personally?
Yes, I've actually read the book years ago because it received a lot of notice then, and I've been a librarian for a long time. And so it was a book that I loved. It's also a really beautiful audiobook if you're an audiobook listener, so it's a great chance to do that. And they made a great movie with the director Mira Nair a few years back as well. So it's a very popular book that really tells a really touching and amazing story about a family who immigrates to the United States, and then the second generation who are struggling with their identity both as Americans and as the children of immigrants.
That sounds like a really awesome book. Can you tell me a little bit about what the goal is with the Big Read and kind of why it's important?
Yeah, the Big Read, one of the things that we really want to be able to share with everybody is just the opportunity to talk with your neighbors and your friends all about the same idea. We all kind of remember what it was like to come in on a Monday morning and have a water cooler conversation around the same episode of Cheers that you watched. And a lot of times in our new kind of culture where everybody's watching something different on Netflix or doing something different in new places, we don't get the opportunity to all connect around the same type of material. So what we were hoping as a library is that we can all get the opportunity to connect around one book and really talk to our neighbors and our friends about their experience with that book and see what it's like.
I love that because I know when I'm reading, sometimes it's like when something happens and you want to talk to somebody about it, and if they haven't read the book or seen the movie, it's like, oh, what do I do? So this is a very, very cool concept. Can you tell me, are there specific ages for the Big Read?
So what's really cool about this project is while this book is definitely more for an adult audience, although we've had a lot of teenagers who've also read and appreciated it, we have identified a series of what we're calling our little reads, which are for people of all different ages, and so I can share those with you as well. So we have a picture book that's called I'm New Here by Anne Sibley O'Brien, and that's for ages 5 to 8. We also have a chapter book that's called Save Me a Seat, that's by Sarah Weeks and Gita Vardarjan, and that's for ages 8 to 12. And then we have a young adult book or book for teenagers called When Dimple Met Rishi, and that's by Sanya Menon, and that one's for teens. So we're really excited to be able to promote all three of these books in addition to our Big Read because they all focus on these themes of friendship and what it's like to be a new person in a new town and the kinds of things that people struggle with when they're trying to deal with those feelings. So we think we've got something for all ages. So even if parents are reading The Namesake, they can introduce some of these other books to their children and have conversations around that as well.
That's very neat that it seems like even for the younger kids, it kind of all the books tie into kind of the same concept, which is very neat. And if somebody wanted to join the Big Read, how do they go about doing so?
Well, so we're going to have books available at all of our locations, including a big kickoff event that we're going to be doing on September 15th, where we'll actually have free books that people can take while supplies last. You can also reserve your copies of any of these books online right now, and I'll tell you at our website, which is schaumburglibrary.org. And then if you're looking for Big Read information specifically, you can go to schaumburglibrary.org/big-read, and you'll find information about how to reserve the book. In addition to all of the great book discussions we're going to be doing, which will be not just at our library locations, but at community agencies and partners all over the township. So we'll be doing them in places like coffee shops and in park district buildings and in other places where we can go ahead and meet with people right where they're at. We're doing a whole other series of programming, including panels where people who are local to our community are going to talk about their own immigration experiences. We're going to have a henna program, a mandala art program. We're going to have a program about Indian wedding rituals. And so there's going to be a lot of really interesting and informational programming that's going to support a lot of the themes of what is happening in the book as well.
That is awesome. It's so much more than just kind of a book discussion and a book club type of thing. That's very neat to offer to the community. So I know a lot of people are probably familiar with the gorgeous library and everything it has to offer, but can you tell me a little bit about, if somebody's new coming here or just anything new that you guys have going on this summer?
Yeah, absolutely. So as a library, we are so proud to serve such a wonderful community as Schaumburg Township. We have 3 locations here, including the one that we're in right now. This is the Central Library, but we've also got branch libraries in Hoffman Estates and Hanover Park. In addition to offering lots of books, movies, music, DVDs, video games, things that you can check out at the library, we have a lot of other services that people don't even know or are aware of. We do a lot of programming for all ages, starting all the way with early literacy, playtimes for babies, preschool story times, lots of playgroups, great opportunities for learning for our younger elementary school age and kids and tweens. We actually have a brand new room called the Lab that just opened up that's all focused on science and technology, programming and training for kids in that age group. We've also got a wonderful teen space that's available to kids who are in 6th through 12th grade, and it's a great place for them to study and also collaborate, learn, and have a fun time with their friends, so they can do that. And then we've got a huge series of programming for adults. Some of that is informational learning. Some of those are around things that adults might want to do as they're developing employment skills. So if they're wanting to learn more about technology, take an Excel class, do some resume building, we've got a lot of opportunities for that as well. And then a whole host and cadre of programming that's specifically focused for seniors. And so things for all ages. One great thing about being at the library is we really get the opportunity to serve everyone in our community, no matter their age, as well as to offer some really great services that people may not even know that we have. In addition to the kinds of materials that we've been circulating in the past, we're really starting to branch into new things that people might want as well. So one thing we just started this year was to circulate wireless hotspots for internet. So people can actually come in, check out a hotspot, take it with them on vacation and have internet as they go. Maybe you need to go camping and you need a place where you've got some internet to go with you. You can actually check that out from the library and return it in a week, and people have found that to be a really helpful thing. We also have specialty kind of toys and learning kits that people can check out and take that are all have an educational basis or a way to learn. And so it's really an opportunity for somebody to come home, take a science kit home, do the program with their child, and then go ahead and take it back. So we're really excited about a lot of this stuff, and we're hoping to be able to expand some of these offerings as well.
That's amazing. It's so much more than, just books. I mean, I love books, so that would be fine if it was just books, but that you have everything like that to offer is very neat. Monica, do you have a favorite part about the library, about working for the library? What is it?
Yeah. I mean, I love libraries. I've loved libraries since I was a little kid, and it's just a lifelong dream to be able to work in one. But yeah, my very favorite thing about the library, and this is maybe a funny thing to say, is when a parent's in the library and they have a child who's crying because they don't want to leave. I always consider that to be sort of the best compliment, is that we have a space that's so wonderful kids don't even want to go. So that's one of my favorite things.
That was probably me as a child, to be honest. I love the library. That's really, really neat. And my last question for you, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Do you have a favorite book that you would recommend to some of our readers out there? I know it's a tough one.
Well, I mean, there's so many great new books to recommend at any given time. If we're asking about my favorite book, I do have a favorite book of all time, and that's Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. It's a wonderful book that won the Pulitzer back 30 years ago, but it tells an epic story in the American West and tells so many amazing kind of empathetic storylines all throughout this lens of America and what it meant as it was being built. So it's an amazing story, and I hope everyone reads that book regardless of their interest.
Well, I haven't read that one, so I'm probably going to go over there and get my library card and check one out right now. Well, Monica, thank you so much for talking to us. It looks like there's a lot going on this summer and this fall to be really excited about, and make sure that you check out the Big Read. Can you just tell us again where they can find out more information about that?
Absolutely. So if you go to our website, and that's schaumburglibrary.org/big-read, or just go on Google and search Schaumburg Library Big Read, and I'm sure you'll find it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Monica.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, now you know about everything that we have going on here at the Schaumburg Township District Library, as well as the big event that we were talking about this segment, which is the Big Read. So I met a new friend over here today, but he's very into his book, so I'm just going to let him keep reading. But make sure you check out the library and the website that Monica provided to learn all the information that you need.